that you do it on purpose. Sing like a singing on key. Talk to the girl that intimidates you. Pretend that you're brilliant and charming. I said pretend that you're brilliant and charming. Hey!
Yes, everybody, welcome in. Later with Jason Suel, season 12 of the show. Bo counts, can you believe it?
It's more than I can do on my hands now.
Man,
Dadgum.
I know. We're kicking off season 12 in style tonight.
When do we quit? Like, when? What's the end goal here?
That's a good question. When is the end goal?
How
I think it just,
much later is
keep
this going?
perpetuating in perpetuity forever.
Yeah, like, what about season 13? Is it all going to be, like, unlucky?
It might
like, when we get into there,
that's a whole
that's
theme
the end?
we could do.
Yeah, there's unlucky season 13, and we, like, do pranks, and it just becomes, like, between two ferns, and everything is chaos. All right, Dan, take note.
That's the second time I've heard you reference between two ferns in like the last 2 days.
Yeah, well,
I've been watching it. Must have been a big impact on you.
It was. It was transformative.
Yeah. Can you remember how we were, though, back at the beginning of the show? Not a whole lot has changed, to be honest.
It wasn't very different from Between Two Ferns.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a clip of like just us as goobers, like going, we're going to play TV show.
Yeah, it was total play TV show. But we've had the opportunity to showcase so much of Northwest Arkansas. And having been around for 12 seasons, we've seen it grow.
It's weird.
It's crazy how much growth exploded.
Which makes it easier to find new guests.
That's true. It does make it easier to find new guests.
So much happening in NWA.
Yeah.
And, you know, we do this show every week, and we still are barely scratching the surface.
Barely scratching the surface of it, which I feel like at the beginning, we had
a finger
on the pulse. Yeah, we knew what was happening. Now I can't even keep up, which is a good thing. It's a good thing for our region because so much is booming, happening. And of course, you can't talk about fall in Arkansas without talking about sports. We've got our buddy Zach joining us on the program to fill us in. All things sports. We're talking pro sports. We're talking college sports. We got all of it because
if there's a ball,
it is heating up. If there's a ball, we're going to talk about it. Or even a puck, maybe. I don't know.
A flight.
I don't know. Yes. And then, of course, we've got a music video filmed right here at Fayetteville Public Television by our great friends, part of their Fayette Tune series. We're going to welcome Billy Ruben and the Elevated Enzymes.
That is a mouthful.
Billy Ruben and the Elevated Enzymes.
Okay, sounds digestive.
Sounds digestive. Speaking of digestive, I like that setup. Great segue to Betsy down there at the chef's table. What do we got going on down there at the table, Betsy?
We are tailgating today, Jason.
Yes, tailgate food.
All the snacks.
Fall is in the air. It's crisp. And speaking of sports, right now we're going to send it over to our great celebrity historian friend, Raffi Andonian, who's telling us all about mascots. And then stick around. Got a lot more fun happening later. It's early fall, and nothing says fall like a little football. We're celebrating football here in Northwest Arkansas, of course, but also all throughout the country. And one thing that always gets me pumped and helps me celebrate is the mascots of the universities I'm cheering for. We've got celebrity historian Raffi Andonian joining us once again to give us a little bit of history on the colors of schools and the mascots of schools and how we got to be this craze that we have now, right?
That's
Raffi?
right, and of course, it's a great one here in town with University of Arkansas with the Razorbacks. Brought some I went to.
Yes.
St. Louis University Billikens, that's what they are. Yeah, they're the Billikens.
Yes.
New Mexico Lobos, you know, which is the wild wolves. That makes sense, you know.
Yes, makes sense, totally.
I didn't bring the Georgia Bulldogs because I didn't want to bring an SEC rival.
You can't bring
that's
a rival
one of my degrees
into
also. I had degrees
Fayetteville.
from all those places. I didn't want to mess with that.
Yikes.
Wrong country.
Yeah, you might need to, for the exits right over there if you. Yeah, but how did we get here?
You'll never
Raffi?
believe it. Like kind of the opposite thing from football, speaking of which, it would be opera. It's actually, mascots come from an opera called Le Mascot. The opera is about a farmer who is having bad luck and bad fortune, and his brother brings a woman that he introduces her to, and she is considered to be good luck by having her around. For the mascot purposes, the Le Mascot is associating a person with the idea of good luck.
Right.
This representation is a good luck charm.
Yes,
A person is a good luck charm.
And so obviously we're familiar here in Northwest Arkansas with these Arkansas Razorbacks that you see right there.
That's right, of course.
And we've got, I think, something that's a little bit unique to us and a few other schools is a live mascot.
That's right.
That's associated with our program.
Tusk.
Yeah.
Tusk the Sixth, right?
Yes.
And what's also unique, speaking of which, you don't have other Razorbacks. There are lots of lions and tigers and even bulldogs, like the Georgia Bulldogs, but you don't have Razorbacks, which is unique. In the case of University of Arkansas, when a football coach, after beating LSU in 1909, referred to the wild hog Razorbacks.
A band of wild Razorback hogs. Yeah.
Exactly. So in baseball, shortly after the opera, you have various examples of individual or something being used as a mascot to go around, provide entertainment, be at the game, and provide good luck. Charlie Faust is a famous one, if that sounds familiar. There's a famous hot streak that the New York Giants go through, the baseball team, before they were San Francisco Giants.
Yes.
And that hot streak is associated with Charlie Faust, who was there. But that opera with La Mascotte is when that term gets attached and it really takes off in the manner that we're talking about. And we still use that paradigm today.
Absolutely. And we're still cheering for our hogs today. How did that get up there? Let's get that down. Get that down. We need to put some hogs back up there. That's right. Oh, my gosh. I don't know if our viewing audience is going to stick around after that. But we do have more happening later. Yes, welcome back, everybody. We got Zach joining us now. You have heard Zach's voice all over the state of Arkansas, talking all things sports. Where can the folks listen to you, Zach?
Our Ruskin and Zach shows 2 to 7 every afternoon on ESPN Arkansas. You can get us on hitthatline.com, Twitch, YouTube, X, and then on various radio stations around the state of Arkansas. You can pretty much get us from corner to corner.
Yes.
It's crazy.
It's great to put a face with a voice.
Not necessarily, but sure. By the way, congratulations, 12 full seasons.
Yes, yeah. And you're our first guest kind of in the hot seat for this season.
So you just said the heck with it. Let's have the ESPN guy on and let's see if we get to season 13.
Yes.
Bold strategy.
Yes. Let's talk about sports. Let's kick it off and just talk about Razorback football coming up this season. I mean, it's already happening. I know there were a lot of expectations going into this season. Bobby Petrino back. We got Taylor Green quarterback. Where's your head right now?
Well, I think there's 2 distinct camps. There's let's wait and see. Let's let them get into league play and see what happens. And I think those are the more pragmatic people. And then there are the folks that just throw the rose-colored glasses on. They're going to say, well, Bobby's here. We've got a new quarterback. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I'm probably in the former. Let's wait and see.
Yeah.
247, right before the season started, did an evaluation of all the talent on Arkansas's roster. And it was 14th in the league. That's the bad news. The good news is you're 26th in the country. So I'm in that wait and see camp. The league is really, really difficult. And sometimes we look at Arkansas football kind of in a vacuum, like, well, Arkansas got better, so they must have gained ground. Well, everybody else got better as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of change in the league. Texas and Oklahoma coming in, new coach down at Alabama. It's going to be a really, really interesting season as the fall goes along into, when we get to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I think there will be some eyes raised at who's going to Atlanta.
So let's kind of take a step back, maybe a bird's eye view and look at college football overall. What springs to mind this year? What's different? What's new? What should we be looking for? What teams rise to the top?
Yeah,
Zach?
well, it's the same suspects. It's Georgia, it's Alabama, and Michigan's going to be good again. Ohio State's going to be there. Look out for Oregon this year. And if you're one of those folks that likes to look for a dark horse, look for Ole Miss. Okay. But nothing has really changed year over year. What has changed is the money aspect of it.
Sure.
It's made everybody's job a lot more difficult. Coaches don't sleep as well at night.
Right.
They didn't sleep well before.
Because they have to share their money.
That's 100% true. And college football is a totally different sport now.
Yes.
It's a business. It's a semi-pro league, and we have to treat it as such. And for fans my age and older, it's been a difficult transition.
That's a difficult one for me, too. I mean, having played football and having watched football for so many years, it's even difficult for me to get my head around the fact. I like the way you just called it a semi-pro league, because that kind of helps me reposition the way I'm thinking about it.
Alabama's got a general manager now, player personnel guy, and we're going to see schools and organizations start to organize themselves like NFL teams and treat it like that.
Some of these schools have had like budgets for their team that are the GDPs of small countries. So it seems like it's a natural progression of the sport.
Yeah.
Speaking of semi-professional, let's talk about professional. Let's talk about the NFL, where a lot of these college kids aspire to play one day. There's a lot of changes. I've seen, the kickoff is different this year. I've watched that a few times.
That's going to take some getting used to. That to me is the old XFL kickoff.
Yeah.
That's going to take a little bit of time to get used to, but the NFL is the NFL for a reason. They're the best run sports organization in the world for a reason, and they've done the research, they've done the homework, and it looks goofy, but it's probably for the betterment
and
of the
safety.
game.
I think safety is a
absolutely.
huge component there. We've gone to a couple games preseason this year and seen it in person, and it looks just like it does on TV.
Sure,
it's kind of weird.
It's weird,
and
but
I think
we'll get used to it.
We'll get used to it. Yeah. Who's on your fantasy team?
I gave up fantasy football because it made me mad.
That doesn't surprise me.
It made me incredibly angry. It's too arbitrary for me, where some guy that they pull off the practice squad can score 5 touchdowns in a week and blow up everybody.
That's true.
So I finally gave it up. But if you're a fantasy guy, Christian McCaffrey's obviously. It has to be. He touches the ball in so many different ways and puts points on the board for the 49ers.
Okay, Bo, Zach's talking about things that he's given up. Have you given up anything recently this fall? Anything? Because I know you're always talking about giving up that gym membership.
Well, I mean, admittedly, I kind of gave up watching sports, so I'm very confused at what you guys are talking about. Like when you say fantasy football, it's like indiscernible from D&D for jocks. So I'm like, I'm just like over here going, I need to kind of do some research. So that's what I need to get back on, is keeping up with what's happening around me.
Well, speaking of keeping up with what's happening, again, remind us where people can keep up with you, where they can listen to you. Zach.
We're statewide. We have a statewide network, ESPN Arkansas. You can hear us virtually corner to corner over the air radio. You can get us on X. I could do this X, Twitch, YouTube, and like 6 other platforms that I'm not terribly familiar with.
You just need to type in Rusty.
Yeah, I have a 13-year-old daughter that handles all of our tech stuff. So
yes.
But all you have to do is search hitthatline.com or ESPN Arkansas, and we'll pop up.
That's it. Zach, thanks for taking the moment to
Anytime,
visit
man. I
with us.
love doing it.
We appreciate it. Stick around. We got more fun happening later.
Our musical guest brought to you by Walton Arts Center. Walton Arts Center, presenting the West Street Live series.
Fly till he flew too high. Had to come down.
Yeah, we're down here at the chef's table. Our wellness professional friend Betsy is joining us down here. And we're putting a little bit of a spin, I feel like, on tailgating because we're taking tailgating to the healthy level.
Vegetables.
Okay, so there's only so far that you can take tailgating towards wellness.
Okay, true. That's
my
true.
tail has been getting larger, so I want to make sure that I'm watching my eat when I'm
We want to
Watching
keep it a
your
tail
gait.
and not a gate.
That's right.
There we go.
More of
So
a trunk.
we've made a few adjustments to the
Okay.
things that we're going to have at our tailgating party. So right down here, we have turned our buffalo dip
Ooh, look at that.
Okay.
into a vegan version. The
Do me a favor
consistency
and
is
stick
great.
this turkey bacon
Ooh,
into the buffalo
even
dip.
better, even better.
Because, you know, life hacks, and I'm just sitting in front of turkey bacon.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
So then instead of potato chips, we have made sweet potato chips. These have everything bagel seasoning on them.
Ah, okay.
Instead of frying them, I stuck them in the air fryer.
Air fryer.
Then my absolute favorite is we are going to make a little avocado.
Okay.
So, Bo, I'm going to have you cut or it's already cut. I just want you to pull the inside
Can
of
you
that.
scoop it?
You are very careful with it. There's your knife. Look at him know how to do that. I am so impressed.
Betsy, I have to tell you, avocado has such high fat content that I'm always worried about it, right? But as a wellness professional, is it something we should be eating?
You should absolutely be eating avocado. The thing that we do not do enough of is eat real fats. And when I say real fats, I don't mean opening your bag of potato chips. I don't mean Bo. I mean eating real meat proteins, eating beans, eating avocados, things that are going to give you other nutritional value, and they're going to stay in your system for a long time so that you stay full. Now, we're going to put a little dollop of that on one of these little, taters here. Avocado. I have already put a little salt and pepper in there.
I was about to ask.
Salt and pepper.
Little lime, maybe a little salt and pepper.
Little lime in there is great. If you don't have a lime, a little squish of lemon is okay.
Some acidity.
Something acidic needs to happen there. And then we've got our turkey bacon. It's got a little bit more salt to it. We're just going to sprinkle that on the top.
Little turkey bacon. What is this?
So
this looks like chili.
This is chili.
Okay.
So rather than having giant bowls of chili that people put all of their crackers and things in, we have made a healthier version of chili. This chili actually has some quinoa in it to give it a little bit more fiber, a little bit more texture.
That's really good.
I know, he's so surprised. And then you make a baked potato bar, but we have used sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes?
So you can cut your potatoes, I just stuck them in the oven, roasted them up. You have all your little fixings. You can stick some chili in your potato.
Yes.
Dress it up however you want. Oh my gosh. Now we have taken something and given it a whole lot more substance.
Yes.
So that you are more full. You are eating your rainbow. You're getting all your things in there.
Well, slice me open.
I will slice you open.
And you still got, like, as my mom would say, a smorgasbord.
A smorgasbord.
Of treats at your tailgate as well.
You have all of these things that it looks like you have so much you can go back and you can do. People are hands-on. They love to be able to build their own things. Then, of course, you have to have a treat.
I was going to say, what do we top it off with here?
Friends, the only healthy thing I did here is I used almond butter instead of regular butter.
Okay, so that's chocolate.
Here is my tip to you. Do really good most of the time.
That's a great tip.
But when you want the cookie, eat the cookie.
Have the cookie.
Good, I've been waiting. I've been waiting for permission.
Like you're holding a baked potato.
You are right. You are more likely to fill yourself up on a whole bunch of junk trying to replace the cookie than just eating the cookie. Just eating the cookie. This is a peanut butter chocolate chip cookie. I love this.
You gave us
And you said there was something hippie in here. What was it?
That has almond butter in it instead of peanut butter in it.
God.
It has almond butter in it. I have to add a little hippie. But this right here, now they've gotten a little soft on me. Usually they
Happens
are.
over time.
It does. Usually they are a little bit better than that. But
no, absolutely delicious. Look at this thing.
And you could absolutely put any of this stuff on top of it too. If you wanted to put a little sour cream, if you wanted to put some green onion on there, you like it spicy, you add a little jalapeno to it.
Yes.
You have an entire tailgate. All can be pre-made. All is easy to pack and carry. I packed and carried.
Yeah.
Man.
Right?
And we're ready.
I'm in heaven.
We're tailgating right now.
We're ready to go.
Betsy, you're invited back to gate our tail anytime you want. So thank you for all of this. We're going to keep munching as we go through this break. Stick around. We got more fun happening later. Yes, everybody, thank you for tuning in to the season kickoff for season 12 of Later with Jason Suel. Before we get out of here, we got to thank all of our great guests, including Zach, for joining us talking all things sports. Thanks, Zach.
Anytime.
Yeah.
And of course, Betsy for coming in and making these amazing tailgate snacks for us.
That was so much better than they thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's so good. And how about that music video from our friend Billy Ruben and the Elevated Enzymes? That's our show. We'll see you later, alligator.
After all, crocodile.
Crocodile.